Hi everyone, my name is Jer Moa, and my name Za is usually a name that's given to the youngest son, which I am. I'm the youngest out of 11 kids, and I am Hmong. I came to the United States when I was almost 6 years old, and one of the things that Hmong people do traditionally is that parents tell stories to kids, and oftentimes these stories, they have a moral of the story, or they have some kind of lesson learned or some important message, right? So these stories called Danang is something that I remember growing up. My mom told me a lot of stories, and I enjoyed them so much. I would always kind of bother her every night to try to tell me a different one. So today, I wanted to share with you a story that was actually written by my brother-in-law. His name is Vang Tu Hyung, and he actually wrote some stories that were told to him by his father. So I wanted to share them with you. So the book that I'm going to be reading tonight by the author Vang Tu Hyung X Toye, or Batu Hyung X Toye, is called The Ant and the Elephant. The Ant and the Elephant. Once upon a time, a big elephant was followed by a hunter. The elephant said to himself, "It's a very bad idea to have such a big body. It's not easy for me to hide from the hunter." Just then a tiny ant dropped from a tree into the middle of a pond. The ant could not get out of the water. He cried and said to himself, "It's very bad to have such a small body. Poor me. I am too small to swim out of this little pond. It looks like an ocean from here. No other ants will be able to help. I don't think any animal in the world will come to rescue me. Nobody but God knows that I am in such terrible trouble. He made me and all the animals. I'm sure he is the only one who knows." Suddenly an elephant walked out of the woods and stopped at the edge of the pond. He rested for a moment and then moved slowly closer to the water. He drank quietly. The ant watched until he was finished drinking. Then he called as loudly as he could, "Elephant, please help me out of this ocean." "I'm in a hurry," answered Elephant. The tiny ant cried and begged, "Elephant, please don't leave. I need your help." Elephant frowned and grumbled, "If I help you, who is going to help me? I've been running from a hunter for 3 days. Nobody helped me." Ant said to Elephant, "If we don't help each other, who is going to help us? Please help me out of this ocean, and I will help you." Elephant replied, "I don't know how you can help me, tiny ant. You are only as big as one of my hair." There they are. Ant was angry, but he tried asking again. "Elephant, please don't underestimate my ability. Help me out now, and I promise to help you later." Elephant thought for a moment. He stretched his long nose out and said to Ant, "Hurry up now. Walk along my nose." Ant was very happy to be safe. He walked along Elephant's nose. Then Elephant turned and dropped Ant on the dry ground and thanked Elephant and promised to help him someday. Elephant went away, and Ant went back to his family. He told them and all the ants that a big elephant had passed by and saved his life. He told all the ants to remember Elephant. He said, if Elephant ever needs help, go to his aid as soon as possible. A few days later, the hunter came to the pond. He saw Elephant's footprints there. He hid behind the trees and waited. He knew Elephant would come back for a drink. It was a hot day and Elephant was thirsty. So here's the picture. The ant being rescued by the elephant, and here's the hunter waiting for the elephant to come back. He came out of the woods to drink from the pond. The hunter was happy. This time, he was going to have a lot of meat to take home. He aimed his gun right at Elephant's chest. In the meantime, the ants were watching the hunter. They soon began to crawl around the hunter's feet. Some crawled into his pants, some crawled onto his arms, some crawled inside his shirt. They crawled all over him. The hunter was watching Elephant very closely. He didn't notice the ants. Just as he was going to pull the trigger, the ants began to bite him. They bit his legs, his arms, his back, his neck, his chest. They bit him everywhere. The hunter screamed and jumped up and down. He dropped his gun on the ground. He pulled his shirt off and jumped into the water. Elephant heard the loud noise and saw the hunter thrashing about in the pond. So as you can see here, here's the hunter about to take aim, and here's the hunter being bitten by the ants and running away. Elephant ran back into the woods. The ants were happy because they saved Elephant's life. The hunter was angry because he had no meat. He said to himself, "I will never come back to this place again." Days later, Elephant returned to the pond. He thanked the ants for saving his life. He said, "I'm sorry that I underestimated you. Now I've learned that a big or small body doesn't matter. The most important thing is to love each other, understand each other, help each other, and make peace together. We will live longer this way." So as you can tell, I think the moral of the story is that regardless of your size, we all have abilities, and that we need each other, right? We need each other. And I think that given the climate of our world at this time, we need to cooperate with each other more so than ever before. And so I think it's so befitting, so relevant that this Hmong story, I think, kind of lives throughout time, that we need each other. So I just wanted to share with you, and thank you very much.